Well, welcome back to my channel. Vinny the Handyman signing in. Before I start any job, you're probably wondering, what fuels Vinny? Well, whiskey barrel coffee. Thank you. All right, so you're probably looking at this familiar kitchen, and we've done new cabinets, we've put in new countertops. This apartment's had new flooring. But today, we're gonna be installing backsplash, okay? So we got some subway tiles here. These are beautiful. And we're gonna put it all underneath these cabinets, and we're also gonna frame in the window that you see behind me. I'm gonna go over some materials and tools that I use on the job site to do my backsplashes, okay? So again, we're just doing these small 3/8 tiles. Now, instead of using a traditional mortar, we are going to use, I don't know if you guys can see it, I'm going to lift this up for you. Oh, it's heavy. Okay, this is the tile adhesive. Now, I don't recommend using this around tubs or where there's moisture. This is just for dry areas. But this is a lot cleaner if you guys are doing it at your house. And what I use to spread this on, it's going to be your 1/4-inch trowel, okay? And basically, you just swipe the mud on like that. I'll show you how to use that here in a second. Just to do your layouts, I use my lasers. This is really helpful in showers and bathtubs when you're doing that tile work, okay? Always have a level with you. I have a 4 and a 2-inch knife because sometimes you want to clean off, you know, the mortar or the adhesive so it doesn't get everywhere. You know, this stuff can get pretty messy. So the key is to stay clean if you can. I also use a float. Now, this is one of the most important tools when you're doing your tile work, especially if you're doing mosaic tiles, because what happens is when you put a mosaic tile on, it kind of gets little ripples in it. You don't notice it when you're laying the tile, but after it dries, you're like, ooh, shouldn't have did that, all right? So to get those ridges out, so it doesn't look like the Rocky Mountains, you use your float, and basically you just go over the tiles like that, and it flattens it out for you. Okay, so this is really good for mosaics, because with mosaics you can't use your spacers. Makes it a little harder. This today, we're going to be using our self-leveling spacers, and the float is not as critical to use, but I still use it just to make sure everything's flush and good to go. All right, because at the end of the day, if your work looks crappy, then you don't get referral work. Plain and simple, and then you got to come back and fix it. So you don't want to do that either. So I do have these self-leveling clips. All right, I don't know if you can see that. Now every big box store has different clips, self-leveling systems, because they're selling it, obviously. So Lowe's has a completely different setup. Home Depot has a completely different setup. These ones are from Home Depot. And you'll probably hear me refer to Home Depot a lot. It's just because it's convenient where I live. Maybe I'll change it up and go to Ace Hardware for you guys. I don't know. So, but anyhow, so I'll be using these. They also come with wedges. Okay, so the wedges are going to go in the clip like that. And what this does, when the wedge goes in it, it forces the two tiles to meet up against the bottom of this wedge. Okay, so I'm trying my best here to do this for you guys. Okay, so I got my clip under here. All right. So hopefully you can follow along. And so what the wedge does is that it goes in here and it clicks in place. And so what that does, it just lifts the back side. So it lifts it and it makes it perfectly even. So if you have a crooked eye or a lazy eye, this will help you with that, okay? So it'll lift it up, everything's nice and even. They also make a tool that you'll see in this video. In this tool, instead of using your hands, this tool sits on it like that, and you just press it, and it moves that wedge right in place. After this dries for 24 hours, you're gonna see me use a mallet. And with the mallet, all you do is you just hit it, boom. Okay, and everything cracks off. The only thing that's left underneath the tile is this piece here, okay? The leveler. And you won't need to worry about it. It's just gonna stay down there. There's gonna be so much adhesive on this, it won't hurt the integrity of the tile. Okay, so you'll be seeing me do that. So with that kit, you're gonna have this, a mallet, your clips, and your wedges. Okay, now this same process goes for a lot of other self-leveling kits as well that you can get at Floor & Decor or even off the internet, Amazon. Maybe I'll put a description below for 2 choices that I think work okay. This system is okay, but there are a lot better ones out there that are a little bit more expensive. I just haven't got to them yet because I'm just really busy, but I've been pretty proficient with this setup. So anyhow, I'll put a couple different options down below for you guys to order. I highly recommend doing a level kit for any tile installation. Looks like you hired a professional and all your friends can go, whoa, okay? And then you can think to yourself, yeah, what would Vinny do? Vinny told me to do that, all right? And then you get the right answer every time, man. So, all right, okay, enough of that. I like to use squares for larger tiles, and then I'll use a smaller square as well for small tiles. And all that does, it just helps you put the square on the tile, and then you can mark it with your marker or your tile pencil, whatever you have. And yeah, so that's just convenience for this, okay? Let's see, what else I have in my Felix the bag. Crimpers, I really don't use these too much. Now that I have a wet saw, I have a wet saw that I have outside that I use more. But this is good just to clip around for like, if you're doing like showers where the control valve's at. So you really don't need these in the kitchen, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. And that's really it. So let me give you a quick rundown of exactly what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna start my layout right here. We're gonna be putting some metal trim on the top and the bottom so it gives it a nice professional look. We're gonna run our subways all the way down into this corner behind the stove. We're gonna pull the stove out and put a piece of wood level with this, and we'll build up the tiles to underneath the microwave. Okay, we're gonna come all the way around. We're gonna cut around these outlets here. We're gonna go up underneath here as well. So I'm gonna do a close-up look of this. So this is your edging, your finished edge, if it's gonna be on the end of a run. I'm gonna give you an example. We have our finished edge, okay? That's where that comes in. Now you can cut those with tin snips. If you do, cut it with tin snips. Just cut it on the inside edge and then just bend it. And so that way you get a nice clean cut. And what I mean by clean is that it's not gonna be the cleanest unless you use a miter saw, but you could always file it down to clean it up, So just to give you an example, I got some tin snips. This is if you don't have a miter saw. You could probably get away with using your wet tile saw. I don't know if you want to do that, but you could. But I'm going to cut this right now. Okay, I'm not cutting this at all. Now I'm just going to bend it down. And boom, it breaks right off. So you always want to back butter your tile, so you don't just stick it on like that. Okay, now we're going to back butter the tile. All right, now I broke off these clips. So I have these little tabs here, so I'm going to put the little tab underneath the bottom. And that's just to give it a little bit of room for when the grout squeezes in underneath the tile. Don't put a lot of pressure and squeeze it down. You can give it a little wiggle because it is sticking. Because remember, we're still going to use these spacers. Okay, I also have a sanding block, and I forgot to put that in my tool description. This sanding block helps get any rigid edges. So for instance, I just cut this one with the saw blade. So if you put your finger on it, it's a little rough. Is it acceptable? Yes. However, if you're gonna do good work, you wanna shave it down. Okay? So that way if you take your hand across, it's nice and smooth again. So it kind of gives it that factory wannabe edge is the goal. Okay, thanks again for tuning in and watching Vinny the Handyman. I appreciate all your feedback. I appreciate your comments. If you like today's video, please smash that like button and comment below. And don't forget to subscribe, most importantly. And the next video that we'll do will be grouting and knocking off all the wedges here, okay? The self-leveling wedges. So stay tuned on the next video for that. Other than that, stay confident, and I'll see you guys in the next video.